All right, good morning. Welcome to the morning show. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Oh my goodness, I've left out TikTok. I got to get them going. Anyways, we hope that you are having a great day, a great start to your week. This is the morning show in where we get together, all right, to get our week started, our day started. We want to get motivated. We want to be inspired. We want to challenge ourselves, right? It's good stuff. Let me get TikTok going here. We're just going to go old school and hold this because I don't have the stand with me right now. But anyways, all right, TikTok, we're live. But man, we are, it's Monday coming out of a big Easter weekend. I don't know what you got into this Easter, but man, we had a great Easter here in Middle Tennessee. For us, basically everything that our lives involved was in church. And man, we just had a fantastic Easter weekend. In fact, Saturday, huge community event. We had tons and tons of people flood our property. We had a big Easter egg hunt, had approximately 5,000 Easter eggs. It was huge. Inflatables, concessions, all that good stuff. And I'm telling you, every parking space was filled. Kids, families, all kinds of stuff. It was awesome. And then, of course, we had a huge Sunday service, man. It was fantastic. We had a great time. Big crowd there. Just very exciting times for us right now. And here we are Monday, back at it. And man, we're just super excited. Hey, Becky, good morning. Glad you're here. Yes, I'm so glad that you got to be a part of our Easter service online. That was awesome. I'm telling you, it was fabuloso. Fabuloso. We've got Robert Osborne on Facebook saying, good morning, sir. I trust you all had a wonderful Easter yesterday. Man, love you guys bunches. We've got Kayla McCool in the house. Fun, food, and family. Same thing to you all. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter service. Love you guys. And of course, I got the Zoom panel going. I got Sir Martinez, Rory, because we don't call him Martin on my show. It's banned.
No, sir.
It's
No,
banned
sir.
for life.
No, sir. Let's keep Monday on a good note.
Come on, man.
Miraculous Monday, marvelous Monday.
That's awesome.
Keep going.
I love it, dude. I love it. Well, man, you've heard me give my take. What's your take? How did you feel the weekend went? You're here. You're home folk. You're part of the Middle Tennessee crew. By the way, Becky says, good morning, Martinez. If he's here. Oh, yes, he is here. But yeah, what was your take this Easter?
If Becky's not the sweetest lady on planet Earth, I don't know who it is.
She was. Did you know she was with us online for Easter?
I did not.
Absolutely. She had a great time.
That's
great
awesome.
time.
That's awesome. Yeah, man, it was a fabulous weekend. We actually were blessed with great weather, and of course, us upbeat people, positive. Even if it rained, it would have been a great day. But
for sure.
But the weather was fabulous, and more importantly, what a great opportunity for outreach, and a lot of the young people, young community, kind of participated there on Saturday with their.
Dude, we had a ton of kids.
Extravaganza.
I think that's part of my voice. My voice is shot. I ran the obstacle course, and it got a little crazy. You if you let kids to their own devices, it gets crazy. They start fighting and stuff. So we had to kind of regulate it. But it was one of those 2-bay obstacle courses. So I'd line them up and I'd say, all right, who's going to win? Are you going to win? Or you to get them fired up. And I'd say, all right, we're going to send them on. 3, 2, 1, go! And dude, my voice is shot. I'm sure probably from part of Sunday, but they were everywhere.
All right. I mean, they're like ants, man. It's just like it's like they were just everywhere you turn, left and right, man. They were just getting into something. Of course, we had so much blow up, so much activity or events there. Had the people obviously always got something to eat there, popcorn and finger food, but
yeah.
those little pain faces and balloon memes or whatever that is. I have a problem pronouncing that word.
Hey, listen, sorry, I got to interrupt you because you just said something that triggered a moment for me. So, my wife, she catches everything.
Oh, yeah.
She catches everything. So the last time we were online, I said something to the effect of, Brittany, are you here? What did I say? All right, she said that I had said that I mess things up from time to time. And I said, I have a hard time pronouncing words. And, I had no idea that I had said that. I thought it sounded exactly the way it should have sounded. And she's like, no, it's not pronunciate. It's pronunciate. Oh, man. English and Tennessee. Anyways, Martinez, back to you, sir.
I think in Tennessee, you get a hand of mercy, a great deal of grace when it comes to pronouncing words.
A plethora.
But yeah, man, it was an absolute blast. I mean, what a great opportunity to meet other families and kids and participate and kind of notch a great memory for yourself and your kids. And in fact, it was Malachi, my 4-month-old son. It was his first Easter. We got a lot of great pictures. Brooklyn took some.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some on her phone. But I mean that listen, there's a far worse things you could have been doing this past weekend. This won't even make the top billion list of worst things to do.
Yeah, sure.
The best thing you could possibly do, and then we killed it with the Sunday service and everybody decking out a little bit, and of course we always encourage people to come as you are. It's not about what you're wearing, but what's in your heart and what you're getting in return as a result. But it was just good to see families motivated and desiring to get close to other friends and fellowship and hear the word of God. It was a great weekend.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what else we'll be doing on Easter weekend than that.
Right.
Right. I can't imagine. There's nothing else that compares. Zero. Bar none.
Absolutely. It was fire, and it's definitely for us as a local church, it was a momentum. It was great momentum, and I'm still living on that today. And now it's about carrying that with me forward, right? I'm a little tired, I'm a little whatever, but it's like, hey, let's keep this train moving. Speaking of that, last week we were on a topic for quite some time, and I started thinking about how all of that developed. We were talking about desire. Again, if you're new to the morning show, you're hopping on. At the end of the day, okay, we are here. This is our meeting, our morning meeting, all right, to get ourselves jacked, motivated, whatever, but also to learn. Some people, John Maxwell says, people change. There's a couple different ways, but one of the ways he says, when they learn enough that they can change. People change when they learn enough that they can change. And one of the things that we did last week, kind of looking back at it, is we took a concept, a word, whatever, and we started exploring that word. We started inquiring and started passing it around, so to speak. But we started with maybe getting more familiar or closer to the origin of a word. And there's something that's been on my mind that I want us to talk about a little bit, because I think it's super important, especially in light of what we've experienced this weekend. But it's the word decide. Decide. It's about making decisions that stick, decisions that change your life. Like, I truly do believe this. I heard a mentor say this, and I believe it. You're one decision away from changing your life. You are one decision, whatever that is, to do something, to not do something, whatever it is, you are potentially one decision away from changing your life. So I had to find out, okay, cool, decision. We all have our understanding, but where did it come from? Because it's been fascinating to explore words, right? It's crazy. So this is where this word, this is, by the way, anytime I'm looking up a word, I go to etymology, or actually I'm not even going to try, it's Etyma Online. I don't know, but it's basically etymology. I'll text it.
Do your thing.
I'll do my thing, my Tennessee thing. So decide is to settle a dispute or determine a controversy. To settle a dispute or determine a controversy. Further back, if you look in the Latin, okay, it literally means to cut off. To cut off. To literally cut something out. And so in the context of that, a decision is literally a dispute. I think more times than not, it's within yourself.
Bingo. Yeah.
It's dude, there is controversy. There is unrest in me right now because I'm trying to hold two opposing views in my mind simultaneously, and that is controversial. It's not in alignment with who I am, regardless of what the decision is, regardless of the point of view that you hold. But the point is, you have to make a decision. You have to settle the dispute. And the only way that you can settle that dispute is to cut off or throw away one of the ideas. Think about that. Think about the significance of that. Because here's what we do in our society. We have, they call it in business world, sales world, whatever you want to call it, but it's called FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm afraid that if I don't do something, I'm going to lose. Or I'm afraid if I do something, I'm going to lose. And so what happens is fear of missing out paralyzes us from even making a decision. We won't move forward because we're so afraid that the decision we make could be the wrong one. So we torture ourselves, We contemplate, I could do this, but then I could do that, and I could do this, and I could do that. It's, what do they call that? Paralysis of analysis.
Right.
And so for me, man, like this week, I'm really going deep on this idea of like, what's the decisions that could change my life? What's the things that I keep holding, two opinions, two ideas, two paths, two whatever, that are in opposition, that are keeping me from the best decision, from the right path, from actually moving forward with something. What do you think about that, Martinez? Becky says y'all are preaching all the way in Pennsylvania. Let's go, Becky. Let's go.
Let's go.
But like, what do you think about that, bro?
Like, I mean, it's when you were talking about this side, it's a cutting off. It's a, I before you even mentioned cut off, I said it's like it's a war between. It's like you're entertaining two trains of thought, two ideas, and so it's kind of like it's like what could possibly come with entertaining two masters, or trying to lean to the left and lean to the right. It's very profound. I would think the progress of someone like that is kind of like on the bridge. It's kind of like you're on the bridge of should I go right or should I go left off the bridge? But it's kind of like if you'll never get to either one of them if you don't get off the bridge, obviously. But it's very intriguing because you can't make any progress in the valley of undecisiveness. You just can't do it. And I imagine like that's where a lot of us are as it relates to any building blocks of activity in our life. I forget the guy you quoted earlier, but like if you're one decision away from changing your life, my thinking is, don't look at that in terms of, if I make a decision, I'll be like something huge, like the president, or win $1 billion, or win that, have the life of my dream. No, I think it's the small boxes that destroy the vine. I mean, like you got to be faithful in the small things as far as making a decision and holding to them before you're kind of like see the true fruits of big decision making that will change your life in a different way. Every decision changes your life.
Absolutely.
For the better or the worse, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, interesting enough, Becky said, I decided to watch yesterday's service because I had the desire to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that something? But
Yeah.
and there you go. Like at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, dude or dudette, right? Like,
No
what do
offense.
you want to do? And now you got to make a decision on based upon what you really want to do. What's that old expression? You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, sir. No, sir. Hard to do. Hard to do.
And I'm not like, and I'm typically, by the way, I'm not this type of person that's like a, I don't know what you'd call it. Um, there's a word that they use, but basically the idea is like, you just can't, you can't have everything. You get a very pessimistic, I forgot the word they call that. But the point is there are just simply some things that require a decision. Mark Henderson's on, he said, double-minded is unstable in all their ways. Yes, and I do agree. Robert Osborne said, desire determines your decisions, ultimately leading to your destination. That's good. That's good, Pastor Robert from Bristol, Virginia. Appreciate you, sir. But like seriously, there is just this idea that, well, I'll tell you this. I think again, going back to that desire, like I don't like sometimes I want them both.
Right.
I want them both. What do I do? I feel like this is, why can't I do? Well, sometimes you just can't, right? Like how many have you ever had that conflict of time? That conflict of, hey, something is planned, but then there's a conflict with the plan. And there's a conflict because I can't be here and there. Right? We have reached a controversy. So in that moment, you have to be willing. See, I think this is kind of interesting. I guess this is maybe the area that I'm going. At some point, decide, and Brittany actually reminded me of this. This was great because I forgot she could, if she hears me, she can throw it out there, but she had a mentor tell her, every yes to something is a no to everything else.
Right.
Like decisions, it's not just the obtaining of one, but it's literally I'm shutting everything else down. And I think that's where a lot of our stress comes from, is because we don't necessarily shut everything else down. Like a decision to be on this show, it would not work if I wasn't here with you, if that makes sense. If I was trying to do a bunch of other things because, well, a bunch of other things need my time and my attention. No. I have decided in this moment, I'm doing nothing else but this show. It's important. I want to do it. I desire to do it. And so therefore, I gotta shut everything else off. I can't do everything. I can't do everything. But what I do, I want to make sure that I do it well. So I have to make that decision.
You're right. You can't. I mean, you can't serve two masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just like you got to like it just does so much more for mental clarity when you make a decision and you decide, okay, I'm going. And again, when you make a decision, you got to make a decision hard, right?
Yeah.
Meaning like you it's full throttle in the way that you decide. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you make a decision to date a young lady or get married. It's 100%.
You better have made a decision.
Right. With decision comes commitment and all that kind of, and a promise to self to give it all you got, And the thing about it is, you're exactly right. I just think about the level of anxiety and the level of confusion that's associated with like kind of like
Becky says you're
meandering
amazing too.
to and fro, like, oh, I want to be here, but I also I want both.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, I asked who does that, but we all do that because we're in the land of of promise. America. You can have it all. And everybody wants it all. No, you can't have it all.
Hey, let me throw something out here. Because you just said something that just triggered me. Okay.
Right.
We talk about this abundance. Okay. Wanting abundance in your life. Well, maybe you don't have abundance in your life because if you got it, it might kill you.
Right.
Because like this is something that's intrigued me by this. I've been kind of zeroing in on some of the people in my life that I deem as successful in their right, like in different areas of their life, and just kind of zero. But I notice, man, when they make a decision, I mean, it's like, this is what we're doing. And if there's a controversy or there's a shift, I mean, it's not that they're not flexible, but the point is, if there's no need to change, it's like, well, no, I mean, this is what we're doing. It's like everything else just falls to the wayside. Like like even if it's a good thing, a great thing, dude, they like their blinders are on. They can't even like process what you're saying to them. They're like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a good thing, but like, this is what I've decided to do. I've got to see this through because this is what's most important for me and my family and our direction right now. So I appreciate it, but like, I can't even give you time for that. Does that make sense? Like they are just decisive. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that's well, anyways, I'm digressing, but yeah, man, there's just something about that idea of being willing to shut everything down, right? Because again, you want distraction free, let's talk about this. The advent of the cell phone, right? We love our smartphones, but now you're starting to get these ideas of conflicting interruptions, right? Having your phone at a dinner. What are you doing? I'm trying to be with you, but I'm also trying to be with the entire world at my fingertips. And so the truth of the matter is, I'm nowhere. Because I won't make a decision to be present or to not be present. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, bro, like just think about it. Like you're killing it as far as making sense. And I and when you talk about the word abundance, I mean, like I think abundance on so many levels. Like, for example, like you can't really, like, I don't think any of us really know the true level of abundance, because
yeah.
Like,
oh yeah,
I'm not sure, we have dedicated and committed our total selves in the decision that we've made to actually have abundance. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
For example, but not to say that we're not trying and that we're not. It's just that I don't think we've arrived there yet, and not to say like we don't mean to do there to make
right
complete decisiveness, but like I think about it, for example, like just like in any like church or classroom setting, I'm the student that goes in and makes a decisive, commitment to be in class, to take notes, to learn from the teacher versus like, pass notes and make Google eyes at the girl or guy across the hallway. I'm thinking probably is going to have the abundance of learning in that class, like that, they're going to come out with an A+, a better grade than those who are kind of like half massing it, or flying half mass, selling half mass,
right?
And and so the abundance, it to me it almost, it's like it comes at different levels, at different stages. They're building blocks,
Yeah.
And it's like it's a case where you're all, it's just being all in. It's like you're either hot or cold. Just make a decision. If you want,
Yeah.
if you want to be in school all the way. Learn. If you want to drop out, then drop out and get everything that being a high school dropout has to offer. Or whatever. If you want to drink. I don't encourage anybody to do that, but you drink until you're blue in the face. See how that works for you.
Right.
Yeah, and see how that works. Or don't drink. I mean, but whatever you do, make the decision.
Yeah.
Be hard at it. Make a hard decision that goes all the way in for it, because the number one medication that's prescribed in America is mind medication, anxiety, depression. It's not. It's contrary to belief. It's not painkillers or whatever. It's people. They haven't who knows what has the variations of what goes on in a person's mind. But I believe it has a lot to do with not being decisive, not being content, not being all in about the decisions that you make. And with each decision comes abundance. I think when you're committed. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense.
No, absolutely. I think we've got an interesting topic to kick around this week. So I'm really excited about this. And this is going to be, this is my focus for this week, is making decisions in my life, making decisions that matter, being careful not to try to do this and that in a conflicting way. Because again, I'm not saying you can't do this and that, but there are some point where they are going to be controversial. They're going to be contrary. Therefore, you've got to be willing to say, this is what I'm doing. I think Napoleon talked about this. You got to burn the ships. You got to burn the ships, which we might talk about. We might talk about that. But it is out now, 8:30. We got to go. We got to roll, get this Monday morning going. I appreciate you being here. Everyone that's still here or watching later, I know we've got some folks that watch after the fact. And do us a favor. Number one, subscribe wherever you're watching this. We're on several channels. Wherever you are, like, subscribe, and get the notification about us being on here. Number two, I would hope that you would actually reach out. And if you want to participate in the show, we'd love to have you on. We basically set up a Zoom panel. That's what Martinez is on right now. We'd love to get you involved with that. Just be sure to comment or DM me or shoot. You can use, I've got a number, 615-908-3067. If you'll text live to that, we'll get you plugged in there. But man, I want this thing to inspire people. I want people to be inspired. I want people to be challenged. I want people to be like, boom, fired up. You know what I'm saying? Fired up. So,
absolutely.
Anyways, well, everyone have a great day. We're going to cut to the end, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.